next what we discuss is about FIR filter routine, which was the previous part of a program. So in FIR filter routine, we go with the current sample x of n, and which is represented by AR2, and AR3, which is representing the coefficients h of n. So depending on the number of coefficients and the number of samples in a signal, we are going to arrange these samples in the memory pointed by AR2 and by AR3. And y of n is the output, which is again a Q15 number. And this result y of n will be stored in A, that is the accumulator. So if I want to write a FIR filter routine, I'll just name it as FIR filter with a label. Then we are going to place x of n, which is a sample. So here we can see that x of n is a sample which is placed in a buffer. So this is a sample buffer, what we term, because samples are stored in this particular buffer. And we are going to clear the accumulator content. So A will be equal to 0. Now once it is done, we are going to go with the instruction, that is MAC instruction. So MAC instruction will perform multiplication and addition of the values. So initially AR3 and AR2 are two pointers, which is auxiliary registers. They are pointing to a sample which is by AR2. So this is a sample pointer, and this is a pointer for the filter coefficient. Now if I go with the MAC instruction, the content of AR2, which is a sample, is multiplied with the content of AR3, which is a coefficient. Now the content of AR3 and the content of AR2 is multiplied, and the sum is stored in A, which is a filtered sum. So this is the subroutine what we write for a FIR filter. Now we go with the IAR filter. Similar process is used here in IAR, similar to FIR filter. Here the IAR filter, the response is represented by, or a transfer function is represented by, the ratio of two polynomials in Z. So this is what we notice in the form of a difference between IAR and FIR filter. So to implement such equation, such filter, we require a difference equation. So this difference equation represents the transfer function that can be derived and implemented using MAC operation. So that is multiply and add operations. So that is a basic operation which is required. One is multiplication, one is addition. So these operations are required for IAR filter, which was similar to FIR filter. So this is a block diagram represented for a second order IAR filter, and this is the transfer function h of z for IAR filter, and x of n represents the input, y of n represents the output, and this is the delay element which is involved in the block diagram representation. So h of z will be b0 plus b1 z power minus 1 plus b2 z power minus 2. Because this is a second order filter, it ends up with z power minus 2. Then divided by, which is a denominator, 1 minus a1 z power minus 1 minus a2 z power minus 2. So this is what we consider as the coefficients of filter in IAR filter. So W of n is x of n plus the coefficient a of a1 into W of n minus 1 plus a2 into W of n minus 2. So this is what we want to implement as a part of IAR filter equation. Then y of n represents the output of this particular filter, which is IAR filter. So b0, this is again a coefficient of filter, into omega n or wn plus b1 into w of n minus 1 plus b2 into w of n minus 2. So these two equations are representing the second order IAR filter equations. So for a program to be written for IAR filter, we take up a transfer function. So h of z is b0 plus b1 z power minus 1 plus b2 z power minus 2. divided by the numerator is this, denominator is 1 minus a1 z power minus 1 minus a2 z power minus 2. So this is the equivalent equation what we have already discussed. Here I have just represented it to show the basic operations. One is addition, one is multiplication by a dot. So a1 is multiplied with w of n minus 1. So here we see that there is a multiplication operation which is carried out between a coefficient and a sample. Then the sample, which is x of n, is added with the product term, which is a1 multiplied by w of n minus 1. So again we are going to initialize the memory map registers by mmregs. Then we are going to select the samples. So this is just a label given for the samples, and we have input samples by allocating some space for x of n. So we are allocating some space for x of n. So out samples or output samples is allocating a buffer for the output sequence y of n. So we have just allocated some value for the sequence y. Then sample count, number of samples to filter we have taken as some 200. So sample count we have taken. Then intermediate variables, what we have considered is w of n, w of n minus 1, w of n minus 2. But all these values are assumed to be 0. So here word 0, word 0, dot word 0. Then filter coefficients, again they are in the sequential location. So b0, b1, b2, b3, etc. But here we have taken b0, b1, b2 because it is filter which is a second order filter. So b0, b1, b2. So these values are assigned for b0, b1 and b2. Similarly a1, a2 and a3. So that is what we are going to consider, and representing this as the variable name for the filter coefficients b0, b1, b2, a1 and a2, followed by the type, which is a word. So 3431. So 3431 if I use, this is a representation for 3431 0.104. Similarly for minus 0.102 it is minus 3356. So the same format what we have considered earlier to represent any sample or any coefficient in terms of a Q notation. So using that basic concept into account, considering that into account, we are going to write this particular values as words. Then dot text. So here on we are going to write a code. So stm out samples AR6. So it's clearing the output sample buffer. Then repeat the count. Then store the values in AR6, which is 0, which is nothing but clearing the sample in AR6, clearing the value in AR6. Now input samples are pointed by AR5 and output samples are pointed by the buffer which is pointed by AR6. Next is about AR4, which is the number of samples to the filter. So we are going to provide the number of samples in AR4. So it is 3, 4, 5, whatever number of samples are required for this implementation of IAR filter. We are going to just move that value as a set of samples into AR4. Next is we are going to load the sample into the accumulator. So next sample or next input sample, which is again a Q15 format, is moved to accumulator. So this is what we consider loading the value into accumulator. Then call filter routine. So filter routine we have already discussed. What is a filter routine and subroutine, how we are going to call. So we are writing a program or subprogram for IAR filter. So in that IAR filter, what is the operation which is carried out? That is fetching the data and fetching the sample and the coefficient and multiplying it and obtaining the product term. Finally ending up with adding those product term. Then storing the filtered sample and repeat this until all the samples are considered in the sequence. Then so that IAR filter subroutine is specified here. So one is select sign extension mode. So this is a common code what we write, instruction what we write in a code. Then we perform what is W of n. This is what we perform, W of n, x of n plus a1 into W of n minus 1 plus a2 into W of n minus 2. So AR2 is pointed to a2, AR3 is pointed to W of n minus 2. Then MAC instruction is used so that this is added the product. So this is adding the product term. So this product term what we have, this is one product term, this is another product term. So these product terms are being added to x of n, so that we can see here it is done performed by MAC instruction. So MAC instruction is pointing to AR2 and AR3 content, and the added term or the added product term will be added again with the content of the accumulator, and it is stored in the accumulator. So AR2 is pointing to A1 and AR3 is again pointing to W of n minus 1. So that is the process what we normally consider in a. So this is what we see. So MAC AR2, AR3 and A. So A will be x of n plus A1 into W of n minus 1 plus A2 into W of n minus 2. Then we are going to save W of n. Then what is Y of n? Y of n is B0 into W of n plus B1 into W of n minus 1 plus B2 into W of n minus 2 from the IR filter equation what has been implemented in the structure of IR filter. So again the same process continues by taking one product term B2 W n minus 2, then B1 W n minus 1, then adding those two and storing that in the accumulator A. And again we have one more term B0 into W of n, and this content of the accumulator already have B1 into W of n minus 1 and B2 into W of n minus 2. So the sum of these two is already available in the accumulator. Then the remaining part is B0 into W of n. So that is B0 coefficient and W of n. So this is already available in the AR3. So the content of AR3 and the content of AR2 is already there, and the content of accumulator is being added with the content of AR2. It is B0 and AR3 is W of n. So AR3 content is multiplied with the content of AR3. So AR2 and AR3 gets multiplied by using MAC instruction. Then they get added with the content of the accumulator. The content of the accumulator is this. So the product B0 W of n is obtained by multiplying AR2 with AR3. So that is done by this particular instruction. And they get added, and again the result gets stored in the accumulator A. So this is how the program for IAR filter is being considered. Interpolation filter, as we have already discussed earlier in terms of increasing the sampling rate and decreasing the sampling rate, whereas the interpolation filter is normally used to increase the sampling rate, and decimation filter is used to decrease the sampling rate. So if I want to implement that, so we have already considered that concept of interpolation and decimation. So during the process of interpolation, we are going to insert some samples into a set of samples. Whereas in decimation, we are going to drop some of the samples from the set of samples. So that in interpolation filter, the number of samples are going to be increased, which increases the sampling rate. Whereas in decimation filter, the number of samples are decreased by dropping the number of samples, so that it is going to decrease the sampling rate. So this is what we have considered in interpolation and decimation filter. So if I want to implement that, and we have to write a particular code to implement that on a DSP device, then we look on to this particular concept. So first thing what we have is an interpolation filter is used to increase the sampling rate. So the interpolation process involves the samples to be inserted between the incoming samples to create additional samples to increase the sampling rate for the output. So this is the main idea of interpolation process. One way to implement it is to first insert zeros between the samples of the original sequence. So initially we are going to insert zeros, so that based on that interpolation factor, we are going to proceed further to get the interpolated sequence. So the zero inserted sequence is then passed through a filter. So that is what we are going to do with this. We have already done that. So the zero inserted sequence is then passed through the appropriate low pass filter, which generates the interpolated sequence. So this is what we consider. Now diagrammatically we want to represent it. So this is the interpolation process which depends mainly on the interpolation factor. So we see that insert L minus 1 0. So this is the first process which is done, that is inserting L minus 1 0. So L is nothing but the interpolation factor, and this sequence which is the zero inserted sequence is fed to a low pass filter which is giving us the output y of n. So this is nothing but the interpolated sequence. So this is a sequence where the sampling rate is increased. So we can see that here the sampling frequency was fs, here the sampling frequency is L into fs. So here this is an example. X of n is input sequence 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and depending on the interpolation factor, we take x z of n. We have just represented it as x suffix z of n, which is 0, which represents a 0 inserted sequence. So we are going to insert a 0 in between 0 and 2, which is the sample space between 0 and 2. So we have inserted 0, again 2 and 4. So between 2 and 4 again we have inserted 1 0, and between 4 and 6 one more 0, 6 and 8 one more 0, 8 and 10 one more 0, and finally a 0 after 10. So this is what we have inserted as a 0 inserted and got 0 or obtained 0 inserted sequence. So h of n is the impulse sequence what we consider 0.5 and 1 and also 0.5. So 0.5, 1 and 0.5. So y of n will be the interpolated sequence. So y of n will be 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 and 0. So this is nothing but the interpolated sequence. So we have already calculated y of n from h of n and x of n earlier. The same procedure is followed here in order to calculate y of n. Now, considering that into account, a kind of interpolation carried out is, the example is linear interpolation. So here whatever the interpolation we consider, it is linear interpolation because the convolving sequence is derived based on linear interpolation of a sample. So that we consider it as linear interpolation. And here whatever h of n we are going to select, it is a second order filter, and so that we are going to use two adjacent samples to interpolate a sequence. So that is nothing but identifying the interpolation factor L. So the higher order filter can be used to base interpolation on more input samples. So to implement the ideal interpolation concept here, we are going to interpolate it using 15 tap FIR filter and an interpolation factor of 5 which can be implemented. So if the interpolation factor of 5 is considered, it is L minus 1, 5 minus 1, 4 zeros is to be inserted in between the samples of x of n to get a 0 inserted sequence. So the same thing is each incoming samples is followed by 4 zeros to increase the number of samples by a factor of 5. Then this is how the interpolation operation is done. So this is x of n, which is pointed by AR1. So samples are pointed by AR1, and h of 0, these are filter coefficients which are pointed by AR2. And MAC block multiply and accumulate unit is going to perform multiplication of the content obtained from AR1 and AR2 and store it in accumulator, and the content of AR1 and AR2 again gets multiplied, and the result which is stored in the accumulator is added with the product which is obtained from MAC unit. So finally what we get is y of m or y of n. So one of the drawback of this implementation is that there are many multiplication which arises, and multiplying elements will be 0. So that is a drawback of using this implementation, because such multiplication need not be included in multiplication, because whatever you are going to multiply with 0 or add any content with 0, the content remains unchanged. So that is a drawback what we consider. So one such scheme based on generating what are called as polyphase subfilters. So it is available for reducing the computation. So in such cases, wherever we find the coefficient values are 0 or they are going to result get a result which is 0, then we go with some other concept of implementing it using polyphase subfilters. So for a case where the number of filter coefficients n is a multiple of interpolating factor L, the scheme implements the interpolation using the equation. So that is what we consider. So one is having x of n minus 1 and x of n minus 2, which are used 5 times to generate 5 output samples. And 15 filter taps are arranged as here, and they are divided into 5 3-tap filters. So this is nothing but 15 coefficients what we normally use, values what we use based on the interpolation factor of 5. So the implementation normally requires here 15 multipliers instead of 75 multipliers if I go with direct implementation. So that is a 5 times faster when it comes with the multiplication process. So, so this is how the diagrammatically represented concept is AR1, and this is x of n minus 1, x of n minus 2, and so on. So AR1 is pointed to the coefficient sample x of n, and h of 0 to h of 15, h of 14 till 15 values, they are pointed by AR2. And again there is a delay which can be used to get x of n, x of n minus 1, and so on. So this is the equation which is used to represent this particular task.